last time on the gun tier list. And now, even more guns!
Next in line for the review is the All-American M4A1. I'd like to point out this is not an AR-15. It is not an AR-15. This is an M4A1. I sometimes know my gun stuff. So the M4A1. It is your basic, run-of-the-mill, all-American rifle, and it's good. We can't deny it. It's good. On the flashlight here, it's literally covered in rails. It's got rails up the wazoo. Let's see, we got native suppressor, sights. There's a good one here. Laser. Flashlight over here. And boom, there's another one. Probably put another sight on this thing. Yep, sight underneath. That is a lot, and I mean a lot of attachments. You can put a lot of different stuff on this thing, and you don't have to upgrade it to get any of this. It comes with that. So if you like attachments, here's your attachment weapon. This is the one for you. Major downside to it, though, is that you have to buy it. There are no M4A1s out in the wild. Although you can find a lot of the magazine. Yep. Even the sights aren't that bad. It's got this big ring that glows in the dark. Line up the little red one at the end of the barrel. Good to go. And it's just, honestly, it's just a good gun. S tier worthy. It's close. It's low S tier, high A tier at the most. It's affordable. The ammunition for it is honestly quite findable. Not bad. Pretty fast. What can I say? It's a good gun. Is it the best? Nah, it's not the best. It's all preference. This is one of those guns where it really comes down to personal preference, and simple as that. Is it S tier? Yeah, I gotta give this S tier because it's that good. It really is that good. But I would still prefer the AK-74 modified over this just because the ammunition for it is easier to get. But this is good too. This is really good too. It's all preference with this one. All right, what's next? We're starting to get down to the nitty gritty here. We got ourselves a... Oh, yeah, big boy. All right, full disclosure, this will be the first time I've ever fired this gun. That is a really tiny sight. Here, at least my left eye. Can you see that? You see? It's really, 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 really tiny. Oh, it's got a safety on it. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, that's safety. That's safety off. Yep. Okay, it's got some kick. I'm not a fan of the sights. Not a fan of the sights. I mean, it feels okay. How much does this thing weigh? 3.8 kilograms. That is heavy. That is really, really, really heavy. I don't know. Those iron sights are really throwing me off. I'm not so sure about this one. I see the potential. I really, really do. But it's... Those iron sights are hard for me to use in my personal headset. I use an Oculus Rift, so the quality of the lenses are old and a little bit outdated. I would put a lot of upgrades onto this thing, which looks like you have to pay for, and I know for a fact this gun is expensive. Yeah, heavy, expensive. The ammunition's also heavy and expensive. Plus, I don't really have that much experience with it. Score's not looking too hot for me, not gonna lie. Oh, 20 round magazine though, that's pretty nice. It looks good. It's a good looking gun. It's a nice classic design. I like the classic design. But the iron sights really mess things up. That's that. I mean, it's not bad. That's pretty good. I want to give this a good score. I really do, but I just can't. And yeah, it's expensive and the ammunition's expensive, so I gotta give this one a lower score. But because I don't have that much experience with it, I'll give it some grace. I'll put it below the Groza. This will go in C tier. Aha! I don't mind this gun, to be honest. I don't mind it at all. It's got its downfalls. The big one for me is the sights. The sights are a little tricky to use sometimes, but it's, you know, take some practice, you get used to it. Yep. Personally, I would put a sight on this somehow. I would get myself a little rail, put on top of it, and I would work on get myself a holographic sight on there. Yep. MP5Ks can be found almost anywhere in the radius. They are in most boxes from, I think, Bolotki all the way to the castle. Maybe the castle doesn't have these, it's a bit too far, but honestly, it's nothing wrong with it. But another nice feature is this thing has 3 different select fire modes. So you got semi, burst, and full auto. Although with this gun, I would consider using some modifications to it just to make it a little more versatile. Although it is a very light gun, it can be easily used for money runs or runs you gotta collect a lot of stuff. And 30-round magazine makes it excellent for a main weapon if you can't carry around a larger caliber rifle. And honestly, it's fantastic indoors. Yeah, indoor gun, fantastic. I like the collapsible stock too. It makes it feel more like a on-the-run kind of gun. Yeah, good little gun. I would put this up below the AKS-74U. Right there. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yep, it is the most expensive gun in the radius. The ammunition is the most expensive you can buy. I mean, statistically, it is fantastic. It is one of the hardest hitting, is one of the most accurate, it does the most damage, and the ammunition is good for almost anything as an FMJ. You don't even need armor-piercing rounds for it because it's just that effective. Major downfall is that, of course, this is the most expensive rifle in the entire arsenal. You are going to blow a huge chunk of your cash just to be able to buy this gun. And then to keep using it with the ammunition, you're going to be spending some big bucks. It's just good. This is a gun you buy when you have oodles and oodles and oodles and oodles of money at the end of the game, where you don't need to worry about your wallet, you don't need to worry about the rest of the game because you got this. You got money, you can spend it on whatever you want, and this is the big mean gun that proves you are the best. Is it though? Guys, let's face it, when you buy this gun, you're gonna have to buy magazines for it, and you have to buy some attachments. And there's plenty of places to put attachments on this thing. It's got plenty of space for different types of attachments. But there's no way I can justify spending this much money on a single gun. Honestly, I've never used this thing out in the radius. Ever. Ever. I can't bring myself to do it. It's so expensive. I've used the FN-17 only in the range. But it's got the range, it's got the firepower, it's good. You can't deny it, it's good. Oh, dry mag. Yep. All right, FN-17. It's great. It's fantastic. It's the best gun in the game. But I'm not gonna use it. I'm only gonna use it just to force myself to use it one day. And the only reason I can't legally put it in the S tier is because it's just so flippin' darn expensive. And it's because of that expense, I have to put a bias on this thing and put it below the spaz. It's low A tier just because it's so freaking expensive. It's too good, and the developers knew that, so they have to put a restriction of high cost. Once you get your hands on one of these guns, go for it. Have some fun. Enjoy that gun. Please do enjoy that gun. I can't justify myself spending that much money. Tiger. Oh yeah. The Tiger. Questionably, I would say this is the best sniper rifle in the entire game. Because it's got a magazine and it's semi-automatic. Same ammunition type as the Mosin, but the semi-automatic makes a world of difference. Okay, so you can put a bear suppressor on it, get a B if you want to get a different type of scope on it, and replace a dovetail with the rail B. Okay, so you can replace the dovetail and put a rail B on it. Because it uses this guy. This is the only, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. This is the only scope that actually fits onto it as it is. Oh, nope. You can put the Cobra on it. Okay, that's not bad. But a rifle this good needs its proper scope. And it's a darn good scope. You got your little notches for distance math on it. It feels good, it looks good. Yeah, this is a darn good gun. I would actually prefer to use this thing than the Mosin. Kicker is, it is bloody expensive. Nope. Oh, I don't think I have enough ammo. I don't know if I have enough ammo. Nope, that's it. I'm out of ammo. So you're gonna have to carry a few more magazines with it if you get caught in a tight situation. But having magazines and semi-automatic for the caliber that it is makes a fantastic rifle. Highly recommend. I'm actually putting this on S tier. It's that good. What's next? What's next? What's next? What's next? Ah, the VSS Vitores. The VSS. Honestly, this is probably one of my favorite guns. It's a fantastic marksman rifle. Great at any range. Semi-automatic. Super quiet. Exactly what you're looking for in a radius gun. Even if you miss at range, you'll be fine because it's so quiet. It has a built-on suppressor, which you can fix by yourself. Don't have to pay for it. And it looks great. This is a snazzy looking gun. This is a great gun for when you gotta sneak into an area somewhere in Kolhaz, remove all the hostiles from a safe distance, and then just sneak in there and sneak out without ever being detected. This is the gun for you. And another nice thing about this is that its main magazine only has 10 shots. But if you take the magazine for the VS Val, it fits. And then you have 20. And of course, it also has the dovetail mount, so you can put... There we go. You can put the big scope on this thing. The Cobra on this thing also makes it very accurate. The best situations I would recommend for this gun, for when you gotta be extra stealthy and you don't want to get too close to the enemy, this is a good gun for that kind of quiet engagements. Okay, there we go. All right. I would say to make this gun slightly better, keep using the 20-round magazines instead of the 10-round magazines, and you'll probably be okay. Why not? This is an S-tier gun, but it is below the Tiger. Next on my list is the... Oh! The little sister. Little sister to the VSS. It is fully auto-capable. Little bit lighter, I believe. Actually, let's go grab that gun again. I want to check. No, this gun's a little heavier. Interesting. I am shooketh. This gun is slightly heavier, probably because of these fully automatic functions. Not bad, though. Let's see, what are the big differences between this and the VSS? Collapsible stock. I do prefer the wooden stock of the VSS over the frame stock of the Vittorias. It's Val. I'm getting them all mixed up. Meh. Alright, so basically take everything that I said about the VSS and now transfer it into this. Add a little more weight, a collapsible stock, and by these things, you've basically just got another VSS of a different type. I think I still prefer the other one. I still prefer the VSS. It has the built-on suppressor, dovetail mount still there. It's just the same gun with a few different tweaks, full auto or semi-auto. What's your pick? I would only use it in semi-auto anyway, so I would just go for the VSS. Nope, that's empty. That was mighty quick. I think just because it has the automatic function, it's better for the close range encounters, especially with that added weight, kind of makes it a little more stable with the recoil. I would still take the VSS over this, so this gets a good A tier from me. Put it on par with these guys. Somewhere there. Ah, okay, I was wondering when I was going to get to you. OTS 33. The OTS 33. Ugly. I have to say it. It ugly. But there are a couple nice features of this gun. It's got a very good select fire switch, which goes into... Yep. Full auto. Comes with a whopping 27 round magazine. For a pistol, that is nuts. Semi-auto, of course. It's a little on the heavy side for some pistols, but having that full auto situation where you gotta make a fast run, again, running away from your enemies, it makes a big difference. Ace's turn. This gun is designed for spray and pray. Also the sights. The sights throw me off because you can't tell if they're good or bad, or they're just a little tricky to use sometimes. I don't know. I want to hate this gun. I really do. But I just keep finding good uses for it. And that just... I have yet to fall in love with this gun. I really do. I want to like it. I want to hate it. It's literally that middle ground of for me. When you have a ridiculous amount of 9x18 ammunition, you just want to burn through it, grab one of these, or even two of these, and just go full auto on some fragments. It's fun. But do you mind that recoil? The recoil sends the barrel straight up. So have both hands on the gun. Then it ain't so bad. You need both hands on this gun in order to control that recoil. Picks and giggles, I'm actually going to use full auto on this run. Because I can. So this is one of those novelty guns where you have overabundance of ammo, you just want to use it up. It's already in the orange. Oh my gosh, it's already in the yellow. I mean, it's fun. You can't deny it. It's a fun little gun. It's fun to use. It's fun to shoot. This goes under C. I'm putting this below the Groza. C tier weapon. Alright, and the rest are... Okay, we're getting down to the last 4 here. Finally. Alright, AK-74. It's a little heavier than the AK-74 modified because it doesn't have any of the plastic attachments on it, or any of the plastic bodywork. It has full auto, semi-auto, dovetail mount, AK series barrel mount, and the GP34 grenade launcher mount. So it's pretty diverse. It's pretty useful. It's got its functions. Ammunition for it, of course, can be found all over the place. It's just a good gun. It's very... I can't say it's basic. It's not basic. To put this mildly, if our arsenal was buffet, this would be a hamburger. It's the basic one. It's the one you go to when you don't want to go for anything fancy. It's the one you go to when you just need something on the fly. Out of all the menu that you have to choose from, you go for a hamburger. You go for the AK. What can I say? It's just good. It's just good. Throw a couple attachments on this gun, and it can be used for literally anything you need. Throw a scope on it if you need to. It's got you. Whatever you need it for, you got it. It can do it. Yep. It's good. I stand by what I said. Out of everything, out of the buffet that you got, this is your hamburger. A good A-tier gun. Okay. Alright. The Sega. Shotgun with a magazine. This is an excellent shotgun. It's got the dovetail mount so you can put a sight on it. It can be upgraded for a couple different attachments. You can find 10-round magazines for it in a couple different spots in the radius, but if you want to buy the magazines, they only come in 5-round. Personally, I like to keep the 10-round magazines and just sell the 5-round because they work as a backup, but the 10 rounds are just that much better. And of course, it's a shotgun. It's a shotgun, so it fires shotgun rounds. Fastest reloading shotgun in the game. I love the fact that we get a shotgun with a magazine. I hope and pray Into the Radius 2 keeps this gun. Yes, 5 rounds definitely are not worth it for the magazine. I can't explain how frustrating it is to only have 5 rounds in your magazine. I wish I could get 10 rounds out of the shop. It is expensive though. That is the downfall. It is expensive. You have to spend quite a lot of money to get your hands on one of these. Used to be a stash for it, but the developers had to remove it because people were using it a bit too effectively for the final mission. This is a good gun. Go ahead, spend the money. Out of all the shotguns in the game, this is your best buck for when you reach security level 5. Throw all the rest away, maybe keep the spaz. This is your best shotgun after security level 5. Okay. Well, I couldn't carry enough ammunition for the entire thing. Those 5-round magazines really put a toll on me. I can't use this without my 10-round magazines. I mean, I can. I don't like it, but I will. So if you're going to use this shotgun, carry the 10-round magazines. Find them all. I believe there's only like 5, maybe 6 in the radius you can find. But keep the 10-round magazines and use this gun. High A tier. High A tier. Alright, last. The AUG. I like it. It is a pretty diverse little gun. It's got plenty of spots for attachments. It's got the rail Bs, one for the sights, one for the side, and it's got a suppressor mount. Here we go, suppressor. There we go. And there we go. And there we go. Yeah. It is the only other bullpup in this game besides the Groza. And unlike the Groza, you can actually aim down the sights pretty well. They're a little bit tricky to use. They're different than the rest in the game. No semi-automatic. Instead, it's got a special kind of trigger, which I'm not actually convinced is actually implemented into the game. A dynamic firing mode where you squeeze the trigger, it fires once, but if you pull the trigger all the way, it fires automatically. It's an automatic. But I'm pretty sure it's just full auto in radius, so maybe. You can kind of hear it. When I pull the trigger, there's when I pull the trigger, there's a very slight pause between the first and the second round. Doesn't help when it jams. So it fires one shot, pause, then goes full auto. But it can only be found in the stashes. It cannot be found in any of the silver metal boxes. You have to buy it from the shop if you don't want to get it from the stash. And when you get it from the stash, it's really, really messed up. The bullpup makes it really good for when you're cornering, keeps the barrel nice and close to you, easy to get around the corners with. I like the fact that you can use this indoors really well. Not bad. Not bad. Missed a couple times. That was all me. I mean, the A tier list is really looking full right now. It's just good. I can't deny that it's good. So I'm putting it up here mid A tier because everything above. Okay, from the TT on should all be on the same tier list. They're all that good. They should all be in the same rank. They are that good. And finally, the AKM. If the AK-74 was the hamburger to the buffet of the armory, I would actually change the AK-74 to a double cheeseburger. And this is the hamburger. It's good. It's just good. It's good, and it honestly feels slightly basic. Cause I don't really know how to put it. It's not special. It's not. In fact, you put this gun next to this AKM, or this AK, that AK, that AK. It's just another AK. It's just in a different caliber. It's got a nice 30-round magazine. It's very good, but it's the same caliber as the SKS. So if you're gonna use anything semi-automatic, I would probably just stick with the AK, with the SKS. To me, it's just not special. It's good. Don't get me wrong. It's good. I use these. I use AKMs all the time. But it's just so... nah. It's a pepperoni pizza when you have all these other options of flavors. It's vanilla ice cream when you got so many different types of ice cream. It's a hot dog with mustard and ketchup when you have so many other condiments to choose from. It's good. Never do you wrong. Durable. Quite useful. It's gonna take you the whole game, not gonna lie. This will carry you the entire game quite comfortably. It's good. It's very good. I like the color. I'm not gonna lie. Cosmetically, I actually prefer this to the rest of the AK series. I would stick with the AK modified or the AK-74U. AKS-74U. I would take those over this, and I would probably stick to the SKS for this caliber. It's good. It's just kind of meh. Yeah, it's good. But is it the best? No. It's not. Among the sea of firearms, it just doesn't stand out. It doesn't feel special. It's very mid-tier. So I'm putting it in B, above the long... Here we go. There we go. It goes here. It's, honestly, it's just a preference. If you like it, keep it. It's good. It's never going to do wrong on you. There. Beretta. It's below the Beretta. Alright, so I stepped out of the shooting range really quick just to give you a quick look at the hunting shotgun. Okay. I'm not going to lie. It looks better than the over-under barrel. This is the side-by-side barrel, so if you hear people talking about over-under or side-by-side shotgun, this is the side-by-side shotgun. The other breakaway barrel shotgun is the over-under. It's pretty much the same thing. It's the same thing as the over-under shotgun. I'm actually going to put it in the same place as the over-under shotgun because, let's face it, they're the same thing. Just some cosmetic changes. It's cool, though. It's a really good collecting item, but other than that, not much to it. It does have some sights on it, though. Weirdly enough, it actually has iron sights. Are they useful? If you got slugs. They're useful if you got slugs. You might as well just aim and shoot if you're using buckshot. You can't buy it. There's only one stash that has this particular shotgun, and the only other way to find it is to find it in crates at the construction site in Blotki. That's the only place you can get this shotgun. And it has a little brother. The tiny little sawn-off version of this gun, and it's a much shorter barrel. Same thing. I actually don't like these little guns. This sawn-off version doesn't even have the iron sights. They are removed because this barrel is so short you can't actually aim with it. It's just tiny. I mean, look at that. Look how small that is. It's cute, I'll give it that. It's a good little self-defense weapon, but I would never use this thing, not even in real life. It would hit me in the face. The recoil would just go bang and knock me in the face. Do I recommend you ever use these in combat? No, I don't. Want to collect them? Yeah, do collect them. They're a really cool find. If you can find both the long and the short version, cool. That's awesome. Good luck finding them. I really hope you do find them. But they're a novelty. That's all they are. Just a novelty. I wouldn't use them in combat, so best of luck to you. Best of luck. As for the Spetsnaz machete, this is the only one I have. It's a little bit dinged up. I prefer these over the knives. This is a great melee weapon. This is fantastic. It hits a little harder than the knife. It actually deals with body armor a little bit stronger, and it looks sick. I would put this in S tier because it is awesome. I love this thing. It is fun. It is a great little knife to use. They're not very durable though, so I would still put it in S tier just because it's fun. Oh yeah, ha! It's fun. S tier knife. So, to recap, from S tier, no, we'll do it the other way around. From the bottom, working our way up, sawn off IZ8's shotgun is bottom of the bottom. Double barreled side by side sawn off is next. Revolver, it's third on the bottom. D tier, we have the pump action shotgun, followed by the hunting and the over-under shotgun, both breakaway barrels, and the PM. Then on to C tier, where we have the what is this, the M4? The M14. The M14 bringing up the bottom of C tier. OTS 33. Then OTS 33 is next, followed by the Groza, followed by the PP 91. Yep. PP91, and then the Deagle. PPSH short takes up the rear of B tier, then followed by the MP5K, then the AKS 74U, then the PPSH long, the AKM, the Beretta M9, the Glock 17, and then the DVL, and then the knife, basic combat knife, and the SKS. A tier is where it gets very busy. We've got the FN17, the Spaz 12 shotgun, the this is the PP2000. PP2000 brings it up next, followed by the TT33, and then kind of in a tide for next in line is the AUG, then the FN, then after that we got the FNFAL, then the AK-74, followed by the Sega, then the oh, I'm on the chair now, that's nice. The Val, the Glock 18, that's a Glock 18, the GSH 18, and the Mosin, all kind of in the same category. I can't really put them all at the top. They're just everything beyond AUG forward. It's all kind of clashed into the same spot under A. And S tier guns, my personal best of the best. VSS Vitores, Tiger Rifle, the M4A1, and the modified AK-74. As well, I'm putting the Spetsnaz machete up in S tier as well. But that's not the only thing I have to consider, because we also have grenades. Just because the throwing mechanics of these weapons are kind of hit and miss, I would say both grenades together go on C tier. Below the Groza. Grenades of both handheld types go on C tier. I have gone through a lot of ammo today. Shock of all shocks. Went through a lot of different guns, a lot of different targets. There are magazines all over the ground now, which I'm glad I don't have to pick up. Thank you all for watching very much, and if you disagree with any of my decisions here, you can go fight me in the comments. I'll be down there with a Sega and G18. Bring it on. Finally.
Sounds machete. This is the only one I have. It's a little bit dinged up.
That's right. That's what they all are.